Hello guys, Jared here again, and I'm going to review the fourth and final film in the Shrek quadrilogy, Shrek Forever After. So yes, thanks again to Anthony Ford for suggesting me to review these films. And basically the plot of Shrek Forever After is that Shrek is fed up of how his life is at the moment, and he wants to have just one day where he's like a real ogre again, where everyone's scared of him, and he's tired of his life being the same every day. But so he makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin to have one day to be an ogre again, and be scared by everyone, and scare everyone. To get his day to be an ogre again, he has to take away one of his days that he's already lived through. But it turns out the day that he took away was the day that Shrek was born. So Shrek is now living in an alternate world where he was never born, and he never met Donkey or Fiona or anyone, Rumpelstiltskin basically became the ruler of Far, Far Away, because if Shrek didn't save Fiona, Fiona's parents were going to make a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, and he tricked them into signing their kingdom over to him. So yes, Shrek Forever After. I wasn't the biggest fan of the third one. I know that is a film people hate. It's not. Third one I don't hate with a passion, but it's not a movie I'd really defend. I do completely get the hate for it. But yeah, I think the fourth one is an improvement. It doesn't get quite up to the levels of the first two, but I think Shrek Forever After is a pretty good movie, and I will say one problem with it is it's a bit frustrating Shrek at the beginning, because he's complaining about his life being the same every day, and it's the third one, the whole plot was that he didn't want to be king, so he tried to get Arthur to be king. It's like Shrek, if you did become king, your life would be different, And also he just seems a bit too unlikable. I get that's kind of the point, but he seems a bit ungrateful. I understand him getting annoyed at the pigs eating the cake, and Donkey licking the cake as well. But him being annoyed by his fans, he just seems really ungrateful. And I get it is kind of the point that he's meant to be unlikable, but it was a bit too much. But I find Shrek does become more likable, and the whole plot, him being in a world where he never existed, he becomes a better person. So yeah, so basically in this one, because Shrek was never around to save her, Fiona saved herself from the castle, and she's now leading the ogre resistance, and it's really cool to see other ogres and stuff. Although it is weird how you have Puss in Boots working for the ogres, because in the second one he was an assassin to get rid of Shrek, and the whole reason why was because in the original Puss in Boots story, he fights an ogre. That's why he was the bounty hunter who was hired to get rid of Shrek in the first place. So it's why is he working with the ogres in this? And another thing is Rumpelstiltskin was in the third one as well, but he looked nothing like the design in this one, and it's kind of did they just forget that they already used the character of Rumpelstiltskin in this? Because it's this Rumpelstiltskin is a completely different character. And another thing, you also have the Pied Piper in this, and the Pied Piper, it has a very brief cameo in the first Shrek, in Shrek's, when all the fairy tale characters are in Shrek's swamp, and he also looks completely different in the first one than how he looks in this one. So I mean, like, it's like it's like they forgot that they already used those characters before. I don't know. I mean, maybe they did, or maybe they did remember and they just decided to have a different design for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I just thought that was weird. And you also, they discover that the only way to break this curse, to get Shrek's life back to normal, is true love's kiss. With Fiona, but obviously in this alternate universe, Fiona doesn't love Shrek, so Shrek basically has to convince Fiona to fall in love with him again, and obviously Fiona very much finds Shrek annoying at first, but after a while, they do come to work together, and they do fall in love all over again, which I thought was very sweet. And what doesn't make sense though is, like, at the end of the movie they have this big dance number where they have "I'm a Believer," but it's not. It's a different cover. It's not the version. It's not the cover by Smash Mouth that they had at the end of the first film. It's a cover by a different band or artist or something. But at the end, when the world's gone back to normal, somehow the other ogres are still there. It's like, where did they come from? When because Rumpelstiltskin's world was undone. So it's like, where did Shrek find the other ogres? In the normal timeline. So yeah. But I mean, overall, I think this is a pretty enjoyable film. Yeah, it's better than the third one, I will say, and yeah, I think it's a good ending to the series, although, I mean, they're talking about doing another one, but there's not much news on the fifth one. It's kind of like with Toy Story. Everyone thought the third one was going to be the last one, but then they made Toy Story 4, and, so, I mean, there's talk about doing Shrek 5, but I think Forever After is a good ending to the series, so yeah, thanks for watching my review, and yeah, bye.